Oh, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Very warm welcome to Silver Tent TV. I'm your host, Siobhan, and my dog Elsa joins us as well, and occasionally she might join in. Will we just go with the flow when that happens? The Silver Tent is a global online platform for women over 50. It's a place where women can come to be supported, to be nurtured, to pursue those dreams that have yet to be realised. And it's also a place for sharing women's wisdom. And by the fact that we're 50, we've been around the block a few times, we've got a lot of wisdom to share. And with that in mind, I'm joined today by the beautiful Jenny Slater. A very warm welcome to you, Jenny.
Hi, good morning, Siobhan from the magical French forest. It's lovely to
Yay!
be here. Thanks so much for inviting me.
So Jenny is a beloved member of the Silver Tent. She often gets us salivating with her pictures of gorgeous raw food, vegetarian food, incredible cakes, often made with the riches of the forest where you live, Jenny. And you're a qualified raw food chef and you offer retreats in your French forest. But you also have a background in social work. You qualified in the mid-80s. You've conducted clinical work with children and families in the NHS, and has also been a scholar in the esoteric and a qualified aromatherapist and Reiki master. So with that very diverse background, I think my first question is, how did a Scottish lass like you end up in a French forest?
Oh, wow, Siobhan, that's quite a long tale, and I will cut to the chase because we do have a limited time to share. I basically answered a call. My husband and I were both approaching our 50th birthdays, and we'd done our path through Reiki together. He was also a teaching Reiki master at that time. And we suddenly thought, what's the next step? And we both decided, why not just up sticks and relocate? And I meditated regularly at that time. And I just simply asked, can you give me guidance? Where are we supposed to be? And the very cryptic answer came through: go where the trees and the water call you. So we sold up in 2012. We rented for a while and we overwintered, and we just thought it was the time we wanted to put down roots and buy something. And I was looking at a French buying and selling site and came across it wasn't called the Forest of the Stars then, that's what we called it. But this piece of land, it really spoke to me. It spoke to both of us. We viewed on a very, very cold day. We were welcomed by the owners and just taken into a high vaulted ceilinged room, which was really, really cozy, and it was instantly inviting, and it was almost like a reconnection. And I've said this a lot to people when they've asked, but it wasn't the house so much that called, it was definitely the land. And we're in the middle of, it's the Parc National de Mille Vaches, which is in central France. And it is just such a beautiful, unspoilt and undiscovered part of France. And, we've got a mountain stream on the doorstep, and peace and privacy and connection with nature. And I pinch myself in the mornings. Sometimes I just can't imagine, how we're in a French forest. And when we lived in Scotland, I suppose we had, one of our friends said it was like a scaled down version. We lived in an ex-forestry house. It had a little wood at the back, and we built a little healing cabin. We did our healing workshops, and I did aromatherapy days and all sorts of things there.
And so you've been running retreats from there,
Yes.
for people to come and experience your amazing food and that beautiful healing space. And whilst during lockdown, you started to nurture a dream called the Heart-Shaped Life. Would you like to tell us a bit about that?
Certainly. The Heart-Shaped Life, it's really been a series of synchronicities, Siobhan. And Oh my goodness, again, it's another quite a long tale that dances around houses. However, for the sake of brevity, heart-shaped life is something, I suppose, that I live by. It's a life which is quite intuitive and quite flowing, and it's just, you know, being in the forest and serving people nice food and connecting with nature and sharing the lore about nature and what we can use, you know, the plants on the land from. You know, these are the things that light me up. And the one thing that doesn't light me up is trying to work out technology online. And I toyed with the idea of it would be wonderful to create a community because it's such a time of transformation in the world. You know, we're going through a great awakening and we're moving towards unity. And I just started feeling into that. Oh my goodness, can you imagine a world where people, you know, you're living your purpose, you're living from your heart, you're doing what you absolutely love and it's feeling effortless. Wouldn't that be absolutely amazing, you know, to live in harmony with nature and to just live simply, and I suppose to live in a sacred way. So I put out a request to the universe and I said, please just bring me an aligned soul who is very skilled at computers and who really connects with nature. And 2 weeks later, our web designer, Helena Hart, got in touch. And she, in her email, had said, Jenny, I've been sitting, feeling the fear of writing to you and asking if you would like to get a joint venture online going. It's called Heart Shaped Life. And it's all about getting sensitive and creative people who are wanting to see, you know, better things on the earth for us, getting us together so we can share our gifts, but also so we can, I suppose, thrive in times of great change that, you know, we perceive they can be quite challenging on earth, but we can do that in a very creative and uplifting way. And also just the power of gathering like minds together. So we had a series of discussions online and Helena created an amazing website and we're excitedly in the throes of getting a community together. And again, it was my turn to feel the fear and to reach out to some of the women whose wisdom I really respect within the Silver Tent. And we've got a core of members there as cheerleaders and supporters who share a vision of, you know, the world that we're living in that's transforming.
It's a
And
beautiful, inspiring story about how the two of you came together and that sort of shared vision. So you're both looking to start running circles, online circles. How do you take the heart-shaped life into the virtual space?
yes,
Tell us a bit more about those circles.
sure. First of all, I suppose most people, the traditional way of setting up a membership online, as I've found, as I've learned in reverse, is to have a strong core of members first of all, and then create a membership. So not being one for going by the book, we decided to do it the other way. And we're basically creating a community from the ground up. A bit like, I suppose, the Silver Tent, the co-housing movement started. And we're looking to run circles where we can consciously collaborate and co-create together. And we thought, you know, this is a circle for men and women who share vision. We've got lots of friends of all ages, and there are some beautiful, very conscious couples and groups of people living together who've expressed an interest. So we're basically following our intuition and we're looking at getting circles set up to look at creating more nature gardens, how to, you know, introduce permaculture for people, how to make things really, really simple and achievable. And also for people who, you know, there are a lot of people been reaching out to me at this time who are just awakening. And it can be pretty frightening if you are the only person within your social circle or your family who is suddenly looking at the world in a very, very different way. And I think for people to be able to be surrounded by others who've gone through awakening and becoming more connected with their heart and their intuition, etc. We also would love to see a men's circle, a conscious men's circle running. And I'm sure, you know, my own partner here, he would love to do something about working with wood and connecting with the woodland. And we're certainly not short of ideas, but we're using our own passions to lead us, you know, nature, obviously food. I have got a huge bank of recipes and I can't wait. One of the things I'm wanting to do is a raw chocolate masterclass and just all these delicious things. And you know, to be able to take people through a cooking afternoon on Zoom for an hour and show them how to make a raw cake. I can't wait to get stuck into that.
So it's very much about having an online community that supports people, individuals, bubble groups, given the time that we're in, to be able to go out and practically apply some of those teachings and apply that relationship of being in deeper relationship with the nature around them.
Most certainly. And I think to be able to do things achievably and step by step, because the people that I've been talking to just now, they have been saying, but, you know, where do I start? And I said, well, if you're wanting to transition and have more raw food in your diet, or if you're wanting to transition to a more vegan way of living, you know, don't go totally into it. Start replacing and gen up, you know, on your nutritional needs and be easy on yourself. You know, it's always coming back to the heart, because, you know, these times of great change, we are becoming more heart-centered. And we've grown up, you know, we've all gone through a schooling system where we learn things by rote and we learn things in a way that no longer resonates with the very high vibrational children being born now. So, you know, we've got quite a few young parents. Helena is a mother and she has an interesting perspective. She's involved in homeschooling. And I really feel incredibly excited about it. And I feel this just sense of waking up in the morning and thinking, oh, I can't wait to get going. And, you know, life is feeling exciting. At times, you know, it's feeling scary, you know, all these human anxieties. Will people come? What if we get something wrong? Well, that's easy. We kind of dust ourselves out and try something else. And I think it is through doing. We've done enough talking, and I suppose it's time to get going and actually start connecting with people and doing that.
Yeah, it sounds like a beautiful space, and with so much awakening happening during this time of COVID and people looking for a deeper understanding for life and meaning and purpose. It sounds like a perfect offering to facilitate that connection, a more global connection, through that practice in the local setting.
That really sums it up, Siobhan.
You can pay me later for your line. Jenny, how do we find out about it? Is your website The Heart Shaped Life or Heart?
No, it is just heartshapedlife.com. It's all one word.
And there's no hyphen in there?
No, it's heartshapedlife.com.
We'll put the link in the blurb as well. But for now, I just want to wish you so much success. It's a fantastic offering that's going to be coming out there. And anyone that wants to pursue it, just follow the link to the website.
Oh, Siobhan, thank you so much. I've really enjoyed our time together. I can talk and talk and talk, so I hope I've covered everything that you needed.
I think it's so inspiring what you're trying to do, and I can just see nothing but success coming your way.
Oh, bless you. Thanks very much. Lots and lots of love from the forest and directly from the heart source here. Wonderful. Thanks, Siobhan.
Wherever you are in the world, if the sun isn't shining in your skies, may it shine in your heart. This is Elsa and I signing off, and she slept the whole way through. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye, Siobhan.